you doing?
Sunday.
Happy
Sunday.
Sunday.
Always good to
Well,
see you ladies. Always good.
Every day is God's day, but I just say God's rest day for us. God's day to, to give, his reverence. And, Sunday is a good day. It's always, if you ain't got to work, I'm just going to say that because some people got to work on Sundays. And I always feel for you, because I used to have to do that too, way back in the day. You know what I mean? But that's what was needed at that time. And God knows at this time, I don't need to work on Sunday. I just need to give honor to God and rest.
mm-hmm.
Whole week.
Exactly.
So besides that, what else is going on with y'all ladies?
Well, you know what? I'm not working on this Sunday, but however, I'm preparing for the work week on today.
Always, yeah.
I've been trying to iron my clothes out to make my mornings a little faster, since now I got to deal with something new. I got glasses on, but I do have contacts that I'm going to be messing with in the morning. So, yeah.
I like them, Keisha. You're going to like them.
Trying to prep.
Yeah, you're going to like them. I just prepare since I work majority of, from home, I really don't prepare nothing for the week because, all I do is get up in the morning, brush my teeth, throw on my sweatpants and just be, get to work. You know what I mean? I do pray in the morning, early in the morning. That's the first thing I do. I'll get on a prayer line, I pray, and then I, have my bonnet on and commence to work. Don't ask me to turn no camera on. I'm just doing my best work over here. So
okay.
let's keep it like that. But that's probably one of the things we could talk about in this episode. Stereotypes. You know what I mean? Because I know it's a lot of stereotypes about people working from home, and y'all know them all. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
they ain't doing no work.
Yeah, that's
the first one.
look, I'm gonna say this much. Okay, and that's our topic. We're gonna talk about this stereotype, positive or negative. You know what I mean? The stereotypes. I hear, and I think that they are trying to put things in place because they kind of feel that people are not working from home. But I can tell you this much: I actually think I work more from home than because I go in the office 1 day a week, and it's so many other distractions. You see what I'm saying? That make me not get to everything I need to get to. I'd be glad to get back home. You know what I mean? Because I pace my day. You know what I mean? Do the things I need to do, and then like in the latter part of the day. I done worked from 7 all the way to 3:30, and then I'm okay. I ain't even taking the lunch because I don't need to because I'm in the groove. You see what I'm saying? But when I'm at the office, I just feel like I'm consumed by everybody else's stuff. So, so stereotypes.
You know what, Kim? I think that's the consensus of everybody that works from home.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like now that they got the groove, the majority of the people, they feel like they are more productive.
I do.
At home. And but the buzzword around all the business companies is collaboration. So you can collaborate more with your peers, even though sometimes your job has nothing to do with somebody else.
But they don't have nothing to do with my day-to-day job. So I don't need to talk to them. If anything, I'm telling you, they're a distraction. You know what I mean? Oh, you want to go to lunch? No, I don't want to go to lunch because I want to work and do my work because I like to just pump it out hard early, and then in the latter part of the day, I can kind of coast. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go. What we order today? Nothing. Okay, because I just need to focus. But I can't do that. So I don't know why people. Because no, I think that during the pandemic, I'm a speaker. Real. The pandemic kind of brought that illusion that people was, and it's not an illusion. Let me take that word out. Brought into perspective because people are supposed to be on video. They don't show up, or, all kinds of things going on in the background. You know what I mean? Kids, was had to be, taught. You're a teacher, Keisha. You had to teach children from home, and, our parents supposed to be
and
working.
I enjoyed that year.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I enjoyed that year.
Yeah.
That was a good year.
I'm a homebody though. I'm a homebody. So that's why it kind of works for me. You know what I mean? So that's one of the stereotypes. And I think that most jobs are trying to put things in place to say if you're not working, we're gonna find out you're not working. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna micromanage somebody, you're gonna end up giving that person the exit out, but they're gonna go somewhere else.
Some people are taking advantage of that whole stay at home.
I believe so.
And it's bad. It's really bad because you're not getting the service. And you got to really hang up and call somebody else to hope that they're working because not getting what you want on these customer service lines.
Or where they tell you this when you call in, they'll say you try to get help from them, and they'll come back with, "Well, I work from home, so if like you ask for a supervisor, I'm working from home, I can't get the supervisor." Or what? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, how is this? This is for being productive. Like, your call is like null and void. And you can't help anybody for real, for real. You know what I mean? You don't have the things that you would have if you're in the office. So I can see that. But please don't take my telework away from me, because I'm telling you, I like being home and working from home. I wish
Hmm.
I never had to go in, to be honest. But it is what it is. Okay, so other stereotypes.
All right. So a stereotype that I heard from my sister-in-law.
Uh-huh.
And she's I don't know how the conversation came up, but anyway, she said that I am standoffish. That's
What?
not so. I am standoffish.
So why
I
did you say that?
Why does she I guess because I don't ever insert myself when I'm in a crowd. I like to observe, and I'm watching. I'm having a good time, and I never insert myself into things. You know, it has to be, I have to get to know and get the vibe first before I start. It's not that I don't like, people. It's just that I just don't, I sit back and I watch first
So you're
before I,
standoffish.
before I do not stand up. Okay. Say only my true friends will say, that girl is so hilarious because you get to see the real me. See, I guess I would say I'm not trusting. I have to trust you first before you get to know me.
I think
That's
that you're
standoffish.
introverted. That's what I think, and I'm
That's
your
standoffish. Okay.
Standoff.
All right.
no,
So
I don't agree with you. I
amen.
don't think you're standoffish. I don't think that there's no excuse for it. I think that you're just an introverted person. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I am an introvert.
you take
Yeah.
your time with exerting yourself into crowds and things like that, or being with a large group and mingling and stuff like that. Like, that's not my forte either. You know what I mean? And people who know me would say, "BS, Kim, that is you talk all the time." But if you don't know me, you will not have to worry about that, because I really don't say anything, and I'm looking and listening. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
yeah, that's just my thing. Okay, another one. Go
That
ahead.
children are spoiled.
They are.
They're not. They're, they're not spoiled. Like, spoiled to me is you get everything you ask for.
They get 97% of it.
They don't have to ask for it. Ta-da!
See, they ain't got to ask for it. You done already got past the spoil part. You just giving. They are.
That's
They are.
spoiled. That's just
That's
bla-
small.
That is just that is just that's just not what we think somebody is. We kind of know that these kids today
They
are
spoiled.
they're spoiled. They
That's
have
spoiled.
less tolerance. They have less tolerance. That's a stereotype. They have less tolerance. I actually talked to my friend the other day, and she's a Temple graduate, and she was talking about how they have the alumni things, and I said, hey, I gotta tell Jose that, because Jose graduated from Temple too. And then I said, I just corrected myself real quick and said, he ain't gonna do that. I said, because he just feel like that's a waste. Once I got out to school, I don't need to have no dealings with you no more. Like, what? You know what I mean? But that's how he is. None of that is really going on. Then she was like, yep. She said, my daughter's like that too. That's kids today. I was like, wow. You know
So
what I mean?
that means you detach easily, which I find myself doing it. Once I finish with something, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done with it, and I don't need to revisit that
Mhm,
anymore.
mhm.
It's just like buildings that I've taught in. Once I left that building for the last time, I have not walked back into that building again, those buildings again.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I'm
me
like that
too.
too, Keisha. When I'm done with something, or that part of life is over, we don't need to revisit. We don't need to go to the building. We don't need to, you know what I mean? We don't need to. The only thing I say I don't do, like Celeste, me and Celeste used to work together, but I don't really have too many friends. Do I, Celeste, from
I
Verizon?
don't either. I don't either.
I don't. I didn't.
But I'm over here laughing at this definition for standoffishness. It says
What?
it's little interest in others. Like, yo,
Well, I'll take that.
Well, I guess,
I'll take that.
you know, I'm like this. I've always been a live and let live type person, right?
Mhm.
So I don't bother you if I disagree with what you're doing or what you want to do. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't want to be involved in it. And so when people say, well, why you don't want to do that? It's not that I'm criticizing you or just don't,
yeah,
just think it's something wrong. I just have no need for it.
yeah.
Which have probably caused a lot of people to say, oh, she don't like me, which is not true. I'm just not gonna do what you do. Just like if we were somewhere and well, this happened of this is some years back of class reunion. We were somewhere, we went to that particular place, everybody decided they want to go to another place. And I was like, well, I've done the part that I'm gonna do. Now I'm heading back to where I need to go. But you carry on. That's fine.
And I
I
have
have no
that.
problem with it. But because I did, okay, another one I guess I could say is I do move by the beat of my own drum. All of my friends have said that.
That's
Either I do it or I don't. I always told my mom if I did it, it's because I wanted to. Anything that I did is because I absolutely wanted to. And if I didn't want to, I don't do it. And that's that.
So let's talk about some negative stereotypes. And I have one right off the top of my head, okay? And I hope that people don't think this, but this is probably going to feel like somebody stinging us. Black people are lazy and shiftless.
Not so.
I know that ain't sure because now nobody sitting on the porch right here can even relate to nothing. But y'all have heard that stereotype.
I
Yes.
have,
People are
oh,
lazy.
How can we be when we built and created the majority of the things that's working and operating in America? Check the facts. I mean, how can you be? How did the work get done if it wasn't for us creating a better way to do something or designing something? Or you just think of how DC is designed.
That was us.
Right? Think about other things that we've had in history. So no, but it's always have been uh portrayed as such. So
That we're
that's
black,
not true.
we lazy and shiftless. And you think about it, during slavery times, hell, you could never do enough work. You see what I'm saying? And that was just a persona. So I'll give another one. Black women are strong.
I really hate that one.
I hate it.
Hate that one. I really hate that one.
Y'all heard it though, haven't y'all?
Yeah.
You don't hear no other nationality being called strong, do you? Just us. Okay. I think that's a negative one. That's a negative one.
Yeah.
Okay, another one. I'm gonna take it out of race, all right? Moms are the leader of their children. Why y'all quiet?
Could be.
We all
I
moms.
don't know.
All mothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but every mom is not like that. Every mom don't put their children first. Every mom don't do that, but that's a stereotype. Isn't it a stereotype about moms?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you an example. When I was raising my kids and sometimes I had to end up, doing things with their biological father and stuff like that. And or sometimes it didn't work out. We had to end up in court and let them settle it. I could tell you when I saw women in court for custodial issues and they're the non-custodial parent, that used to shock me all the time. Because I didn't know too many moms that didn't have their children. You see what I'm saying? So that was that was one that I could, when I saw that, when I kind of looked this up last night, I was like, okay, yeah, that's a stereotype that, kind of makes a dad look a certain way and a mom look a certain way. And a lot of time that may not be true.
Mhm.
And I think my last one that I'm going to say, that women, let me make sure I say this right, because I can say something jacked up real quick. Women are no good without a man.
I've heard that.
I looked this up last night. Like when I
I've
saw
heard.
that, I was like, well, if we're no good without a man, why are y'all going out your damn way to make sure we ain't got no rights and none of these damn things like that? Because apparently we do good, and you want to make sure you do convert us to what you want us to be. So how do we and let me just say this for somebody come jump me. It's not that I don't want a man because I have a husband, but I also have been divorced and spent a while without one, and I didn't stop breathing. I still did fine with raising my children. I didn't, fall to the wayside. I'm just saying I didn't, but that's a stereotype. So yeah, that was, these stereotypes is something else. I don't know. It was a lot I read, but I didn't even bring to the
What
porches.
about stereotype that Black men don't want to be in their children's lives?
Oh, that was one.
Oh yeah.
I was scared to say that because I don't want to get dragged on that one because you
I
know,
wonder what Black men they talking about.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think that I I I tread cautiously with that one because I won't say that they don't want to be in their life. What I had experienced with my ex was it wasn't that he didn't want to be in the kid's life. It just
It's
that
the
he had a lot of trauma from his life. You see what I'm
mm,
saying? That didn't help him be the greatest parent he could be. You know what I mean? And it wasn't my responsibility to help him become the best parent. All we had to
now.
do.
Now that's a fair statement that
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
they don't show up like we want them to show up
Right, right.
because they might think just sitting on the couch playing the game is cool with them, but saying that they don't want to be in their lives at all is kind of
That's kind of harsh. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's very harsh.
Kind of harsh. So yeah, and I know that he would tell me so many times that, I don't care what you say, Kimmy, I love my children. I love my children. And guess what? That meant a lot to me because I'm glad you love them, but you got to do what you got to do to be what they need you to be because I only can do my role. You see what I'm saying? I can't do your role. But that did not make him a person that did not want his be involved, with his children. So, that's another struggle and battle that, stereotypes can lead people to think. And then, I think that goes all the way up to how they're treated when they go to court, how they're treated in society, a lot of other things that happen. I'm not giving nobody a pass who do not want to be in their children's life and do not take care of them. But I think
Right.
that stereotype does cause a lot of
It does.
persuasion. I'll just say that. You see what I'm
It
saying?
does.
Yeah.
What about math and science are more boy subjects than girls? I
That's
think they used to be in the past. I don't think so much
I think
today.
that's a bunch of bullshit right there, if you ever ask me, because I was in school and I was smarter than most of the boys sitting beside me, especially in elementary school. I was really good at math and really good at science, but that was not my forte because I didn't really want to, expound on that. But I don't know who made that up.
I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that
Why you say that?
because my grandson showed some interest in was it math, and I was like, wow, and it came out my mouth. I said, wow. So
Mhm.
that's really cool that you're doing so well in that subject because that's usually where girls excel. And he just looked at me like, what?
Mhm.
Because that's how I was raised. You know what I mean? It's
I
crazy.
can say that when I was in like elementary school, that the girls I knew was really good at science. Now, science and math go hand in hand because once you get,
I didn't like either. I was an
so you was
English
like an
history
English
person.
person. Yeah.
English history person get me in a history class, and I'm like, yeah. Sociology class, I'm like, yes. That was a class I'm like, tell me more, tell me more. Math class is like, okay.
I think I got like
No,
that later in life.
science, no. I had to work real hard. I made good grades, but I had to really work hard because
I
that's
used to
not.
like
But my
science.
daughter is the opposite. And guess what? She loves math and science. That was during her major, engineering and whatever. But when it was time for her to actually write a paper or do something in English, she would literally cry. She would cry. And I was like, this is easy. You just do it. Da, 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 da. And she was like, but my brain, it don't work that way. It's
You're
math,
supposed to be a
you
right
know?
side brain.
And when she would take a you know, an extra course, you know, one of the courses, what is it, a filler course? She's
Uh-huh.
like, well, I guess I pick up another math class. And I look at her, another math class.
No, okay. Ooh.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I can't do nothing with it, but okay, you do you. 'Cause
Yeah.
it would be over here in this basket weaving right here and get this filler class in.
But I think that now that I'm older, maybe because the job I do, I'm a really good writer now. I really write really good. You know what I mean? And like Keisha said about Jaden, I was when I was younger, I was challenged in that. You know what I mean? Because math and science is kind of black and white. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't take your mind to think in the abstract, because writing helps you think in the abstract. You know what I mean? It helps you explore what you think somebody think. You know, it's a lot of different things you can express with writing. You know what I mean? Math is going to be what it's going to be. You know what I mean? Formulas, things like that. It's going to be what it's going to be. Science is going to be what it's going to
Gonna
be.
be, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So I don't know. I think if you just if they can get rid of that, maybe they can pursue more little girls to get into like Jaden engineering and things like that, because you know that perception that they're not gonna be good in it helps people to overlook people. You know what I mean?
And this is true.
Yep, helps to overlook. All right, that was a good one. That was good. It's a lot of stereotypes. We didn't really get into the stereotypes that may get you. You got another one, Celeste? You want to say,
I
right?
have one. It's probably really, really crazy. It only means something to me. So I plan both my kids, you know, the youngest ones
Wow.
when I have them. So I plan to have this baby and stay home and be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
And my said to me, she said, don't be like the women that sit home all day and watch soap operas.
Mhm.
And so hence is why today, to this day, I don't watch TV. I
Oh,
refuse to be like the women, the stereotype that I thought would stay home all day and watch soap operas when they were supposed to be watching the kids, which was totally crazy. But it stuck in my head and it made me not watch TV ever.
you done miss a lot of stuff.
I know. To this day, I don't watch TV because I'm afraid, you know, to fall into that don't do nothing and watch TV all day.
Yeah, I enjoy TV, and I never tell anybody any different. And I do enjoy TV. It's like my because I'm not really an outside person. You know what I mean?
But
So
that's what
Yeah.
I thought. Women stayed home and that's all they did was watch the soap operas.
I don't look at the soap operas anymore. I don't call my mom and ask her, but I ain't gonna lie. I used to look at the soap operas, and I was still a working person. I used to, like record it and then come home and look at it. And then something popped to me one day and said, "Kimmy, give this up because this is just too much of a fictitious life, and this is never gonna."
Drama.
Yeah, and I gave it up. I gave it up. My mother still looks at it and she tells me all the time, this what happened with Victor Newman and stuff like that. As soon as she starts saying that, I'll be like, Mom, how old is Victor? 97 now? Like,
I know. The thing about it, you can jump right in. You can not watch it and jump
Yeah,
right in and know everything that's going on because they hold the storyline so long.
yeah.
yeah,
But
I'm just like that. I
seriously,
don't want to do
I
that
can't.
though, y'all. I don't want to do that. I don't want to jump back in. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Mm-mm.
I know that's like a black
Cannot.
hole. Once you get in it, you're gonna be setting the DVR and all kinds of stuff to look. Well, you ain't got to do DVR. You just can pull it up now, or it's on streaming. But I ain't trying to do that. All right, this was a good episode. I want to say my closing remark. Get away from stereotypes, because 9 times out of 10, they are not the truth. That's how I feel about them. Keisha?
Mm. I can just say, just be who you are, whether they stereotype you or not. You know who you are. You know how you know what you stand for. Just be the best you can be.
All right. Celeste, dear?
I don't agree with stereotypes, but I can see them being the norm back then because things were more the norm. Everybody
Mhm.
kind of did the same. But nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
anything goes, everything's blurred,
Anything.
everybody, yeah, stereotypes, but no, they're going to be wrong. Put it
Right.
that way. Just don't do it.
Anything goes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right, ladies, this was awesome. So joining me tonight is
It's your girl Celeste, and like the little girl said, worry about yourself.
And I'm your girl Keisha, learning and growing in my own lane.
and I'm your girl Kimmy. Join us next Wednesday when we drop a new episode. Have a wonderful week on purpose, and we'll see you then. Take care.
All right, peace.